Good morning. I'm Guido Brusco, Chief Operating Officer for Global Natural Resources in Eni. My portfolio spans from exploration and production activity to the midstream and trading, power and marketing, and low carbon solutions. Eni is present in Africa from the 50s, and Africa played a pivotal role in our portfolio. And Angola is clearly a key country. In Angola, we are developing not only oil and gas project. At the moment, as we speak, we are under execution two multi-billion-dollar projects. One on gas, new gas consortium, which will deliver to the country 350 million scf per day by early 2026, and Agogo, which is an oil field, first of a kind in Africa, very high efficient and net zero scope 1 and 2, will basically, but Angola is not only oil and gas, it's also transition for Eni and Azule, our affiliate in the country. 2 years ago, we developed a 25 megawatt project in Karakulo, which is in the Namibe region. We are helping building capacity in the country, both in the refining, but also on social projects, social activity, on health, access to energy, and access to water. And specifically, as Eni, we are developing an integrated vertical model to basically produce bio-oil for bio-refineries. And the target is very ambitious. We aim to produce 100,000 tons per year by 2030, involving more than 100,000 farmers on a surface of 150,000 hectares, which is land that we are not taking from the food chain, are degraded lands, marginal lands, which at the moment have no use. The context is very challenging, and the competition on capital is very challenging. At the moment, we have on one side, we need to grow our base business. We need to grow dividend to reward investors that are investing in oil and gas company which carry the risk of the transition, and so they need to be rewarded. On the other hand, we need capital to grow the transition business. How to solve this dilemma? We developed a very unique model. We call it satellite model. We are building special purpose vehicle in E&P business, but also in the transitional business to access different pool of capital. We have created two vehicles, Eni Live and Plenitude, one on the sustainable mobility and the other one on the renewable, combined with the retail activity. And we have created vehicles for the E&P, one in Angola, together with BP, and one in Norway with a financial investor. So you can imagine that the same investor who is willing to put his money in the transition vehicle might not be the same that will invest in the oil and gas. So by doing this, we can basically satisfy both needs for the investor and for our company to grow in both the business. I mean, we know that the transition is irreversible, but it needs to be addressed in a very, I would say, integrated manner. There is no one solution that fits for all. And basically, we need, on one hand, to be more efficient on the E&P activity, reducing as much as we can the emission related to the so-called scope 1 and 2. We need to grow gas. Gas is the transition fuel because it combines a lower carbon footprint as opposed to the coal, but also the flexibility that can basically complement the intermittency of the renewables. But on the other hand, we are developing also other solutions. Carbon capture, we have project in Italy, we have project in UK, we have project in Africa, in Libya. We are also building, as I said before, a new business which aims to produce bio-oil for the bio-refineries. And of course, we are also growing renewables both in Europe, US, and in Africa. We have one project, as I said, just executed in the south of Angola, in the Namibe region, and also other source of energy like the hydrogen, which has yet to come has yet to develop a demand, but we are positioning ourselves also in that respect. As I said at the beginning, we are the largest foreign investor in Africa. We produce more than 900,000 barrels of oil equivalent per day in Africa, and most of our investments have been addressed in Africa. We have at the moment quite a number of multi-billion-dollar projects on execution, the two in Angola, which I mentioned. We have also a project in Ivory Coast to develop the discovery of baleen. We have a project in Congo for the LNG. A new floating LNG is coming. One is already on production, and one is coming at the end of next year to achieve 3 million tons per annum. We have a project in Libya also, a large gas project in Libya, and we are about also to make an FID on a second floating LNG in Mozambique. So Africa is important. But in Africa, we are not just developing energy for export. We are developing energy for the domestic market. More than 80% of our gas is delivered to the domestic market. So this is also to address the issue of the energy poverty. In Africa, we have more than 600 million of people who do not have access to the energy. And by doing so, we are trying to address also the energy poverty system, and at the same time, the energy security for the rest of the world, and to provide clean and affordable energy for the others. Well, AOG is an event that gathers a lot of institutions, investors, and stakeholders of Africa in a country, Angola, which is very important, not only for Eni and Azule, its subsidiary, but also for the rest of the oil and gas community. Is an event where we can share views on the future and shape the future of Africa.